this didn't happen to me. You're in the middle of nowhere and you're driving along and there's nothing in sight. You're so lost, you're in the middle of nowhere, you're almost out of gas, but the guy in the driver's seat says, you know what, I recognize that road name. Number 1 road's gonna take us right back over there, and about 5 miles over there's gonna be a gas station, nice bathrooms, all that good things that you look for on a road trip, right? How often does that work? It seems 9 times out of 10, you find yourself on the side of the road, Dad's calling AAA, Timmy's looking for a tree, and Mom's going, I told you should have asked somebody for help. Enduring difficulty is hard, but why do we have to make it harder? That's a choice that we've made. Why do we make it harder than it has to be sometimes? Because for most of us, we like to have control over our situations, right? I've said this before, I like to fix stuff myself. I don't want anybody else to come in and take care of it. I don't want to have to make a phone call and say, it's 95 degrees and my air conditioner's not working again in the house. I want to be a man. I want to fix that stuff myself. I'm not asking for directions, and I'm not asking for help. And we don't want the guidance of anyone or anything because we're stubborn and we don't learn from our mistakes. But we depend on our own willpower to fix stuff. That only leads to one thing. We're already frustrated, and when we fail, we're going to be more frustrated. When did we become so confident in the created that we're only willing to go to the Creator when we've run out of ourselves and our own abilities? He's the last resort. How arrogant am I? God, forgive me. Why do we choose the struggle when God already offered his help? We love to quote scripture. Psalm 121, all of my help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. But we like to insert some extra stuff after I've done everything I know how to do first. I've probably made a bigger mess, God, but now that the mess is a little bit bigger, I've got some extra work for you. Now I acknowledge that my help comes from you. James 1, 5-8 says, if any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all liberally and without reproach, and it will be given to him. But let him ask in faith. Listen, let him ask in faith without doubting. For he who holds doubt is like a wave of the sea driven and tossed by the winds. For let not that man suppose that he will receive anything from the Lord. Why? Because he's a double-minded man and he's unstable in all of his ways.